In this video, we're going to show you 7 different ways to use Flipgrid in your classroom. Let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome to Mr. Cook's Corner, Education for Educators. This channel is all about helping teachers like you grow in your craft. If it's your first time watching, welcome aboard. Please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell if you enjoy what you see today. Okay, Flipgrid is one of the most popular tools right now with teachers and students alike. It's basically a video discussion board where teachers can post things and students can respond to them in a video format. You can use it on your phone, you can use it on tablets, you can use it on the computer. It's easily accessible and it's a great way to communicate between you, your teachers, and even your families at home. So let's go ahead and take a look at 7 great Flipgrid ideas that you can use in your classroom right now. And the first one is reader's response or digital journaling. This is one of the quicker and easier ways to check for understanding with your students whenever you're in the middle of a book, a chapter, an article, a passage. You simply make a grid, post a question, and students can respond to it in their free time. The best part is students can go back to that grid and see what other people had to say, and they can compare and contrast their answers from there. Up next is to have a debate or to defend your opinion. Now more than ever, it is absolutely critical for students to be able to think for themselves, form an opinion, and defend that opinion with facts, reasons, and examples. This is a great way for teachers to simply post a debate question or to put something that's controversial and have students take sides. They can write out and plan and draft what they want to say, but then in the Flipgrid, they go in and record their final answer. It's a great way for students to practice oral speaking and also for them to see what their peers are thinking. That way they can form counter examples and counter debates to what other people have actually said in their class. Number 3 is called Show Me, and it's quite simple actually. We don't want to forget that Flipgrid is a visual media. And when you ask a question, students can use their cameras to show their answers instead of just filming themselves speak. You could use this in math to show examples of perpendicular and parallel lines. You could use it in science to show examples of solids, liquids, and gases. The topics are endless, and with Flipgrid, it's easy to get visual and to have tons of examples instantaneously at the palm of your hand. Before we move on, I want to ask a quick question to everybody out there. How are you using Flipgrid in the classroom? What are some examples? Post them in the comments below and share it with us. Hopefully I can build up enough examples to create a part 2 of ways to use Flipgrid in the classroom. Up next is Student of the Week, also known as Celebrations, and this is just a fantastic social tool that teachers can use to help students build one another up. You simply choose a student each week and have your peers film a quick 30 to 60 second Flipgrid topic where they can just celebrate all the positive attributes of that student. In the end, the student gets to walk away with an entire grid full of their peers saying positive things about them. Number 5 is digital flashcards, and this is just a fun way to practice vocabulary or terms that you need to know for a certain topic. The teacher can assign a certain word to each student, and then they'll go into that specific grid. They can have a visual model of it, they can just repeat it out loud, and each student will be responsible for one word, one topic, one term, however you want to put it to them. And then when it's done, you have an entire grid full of a set of digital flashcards that you can play back at any time. Number 6 is Digital Wax Museum. This is typically the culmination of a long project where students research a person, produce a biography or a written report, and then on the final day they dress up in character and they present that report to people, usually in person. However, with Flipgrid, you can also record this event on one digital grid. That way, parents, teachers, other students, they can go in and see an entire classroom full of digital wax characters. Last but certainly not least is book reviews using a combination of Flipgrid and QR codes. This is a really fun thing to do. Whenever a student finishes a book, they go onto a Flipgrid and film their reaction to it. They give their opinion, whether they recommend it or not, and then what they do is they take the URL to that Flipgrid and they convert it into a QR code. Teachers would then print it and stick it on the back of the book. That way, whenever someone else is thinking about reading it, they can scan the QR code and it'll go directly to that Flipgrid, which has every single student who's ever read it with their opinion of it. This could be for year after year after year. You could use this in your class library, you could use this in your school library, and it's a great way to get a quick scan and a view into other people's opinions about a book. As always, there's plenty more where that came from. Why don't you check out one of these 2 videos right here to get yourself started. In the meantime, we're all over social media at Mr. Cook's Corner. I highly recommend you check us out. Till next time, bye.